All right, ladies and gentlemen, what a journey it has been. This is the final episode, day 19 of our journey coast to coast. And as you may be aware, we were attempting to travel Route 50 all the way across America from Ocean City to San Francisco. And we did exactly that. Our homeward leg got a little discombobulated because of weather, but we accomplished our goal. But I thought that I should show you the way that we began each and every day.
Dear God, we thank you for this day, brand new day, day 19. Thank you for your protection these last 2 weeks. Take us home now. Allow everything to work in order. Keep us safe. We love you and we give you praise. In Jesus' name. Amen.
We start out from Wheeling and it's really foggy. So skies are looking a little ominous, but we may get rain, we may not, we're not sure. Right almost at the Pennsylvania state line, so before you know it, you're crossing the state line from West Virginia into Pennsylvania along this route. The skies are looking like they're a little more cloudy. We did get a little moisture, but I don't think it's rain. I think it was just from the fog. It was a really easy travel day. No rush, no worries. We weren't pushing it or anything. We're just enjoying the road. We actually crossed back into West Virginia for a little while, but before you know it, here we are in Maryland, our last state boundary to cross. Now, if you notice, the skies are looking maybe a little better. I'm getting optimistic. Now, if this is not welcome home skies, I don't know what it is. I took it as a sign that we were welcome to be back on the East Coast and back in Maryland, our home. This is the Sidling Hill Cut. And I've been on Route 68 enough to know that when I get here, I'm a little more than 100 miles from home. So now I'm really getting anxious to be home. It's truly an uneventful ride home. Praise the Lord. We've gone our separate ways. Tyrone's in Silver Spring. Tony lives off Branch Avenue. I'm coming through Laurel, Maryland. Now I'm on 197. Headed home. The most dangerous part of any long ride is the last few miles home. I only have a couple more corners to turn. intro. So what we didn't do, and this we can do now, we didn't do introductions or whatever. So we'll start with you, Tony.
Tony Brooks, hail from Camp Springs, Maryland, native DC and vicinity. Been riding off and on for 40 years. I'm on motorcycle number 9.
What is it?
It is the Harley Street Glide 21 Special in black jack metallic.
Right.
Tyrone Jones from Philly. I ride a 22 Street Glide Special, black on black. Been riding, I guess, now for maybe about 10 years. This is my first Harley.
Okay. And I'm Nate Hart. I'm from Cleveland, Ohio. Y'all saw me pointing that sign when I was about to hit that exit. But I'll see y'all later. I'm from Cleveland, Ohio, and been riding off and on for 15 or 20 years. Started with sport bikes. This is my first Harley, 2022 Street Glide, flat, black and chrome. 8 Ball is her name, and so we just wanted to kind of share a little bit with y'all or whatever. And this is part of like the final video. I've been putting them out just about every day, so this will be day 19 video. Talk about it, whatever. We went 6,000 some miles, right? I got gypped because Harley didn't get my miles where it was high. That's why you're still ahead of me on the July month challenge. I'm never gonna be okay with that. But for our subscribers, which are like over 100 now, I just thought we'd just kind of chat. So now I got some stuff that like I said, hey, think about this. It's not in any particular order. So anybody just want to jump off, I jump off and just say I was wasn't sure, like leaving Maryland. I don't know what I wasn't sure about, but I just wasn't sure. I was like, none of us have ever done this before. It's a long way. A lot of things can happen. You know what I mean?
I'll be completely honest. The trip itself gave me anxiety.
Yeah.
The trip itself, being.
Oh wait. I'm sorry. We talking. I didn't turn the doggone cameras on. Look, my bad. Let me turn my phone to silent. We just talking. Hold on. Now you're recording. You got red light?
No.
So hang on. I just made a mistake. Okay. So yeah, I my trepidation was in your camp where just so many things that can go wrong. Harley makes a good product. People ride Harleys around the world. So I knew that they made a good product, but there's still an unknown. Like you said, anything could happen, right? Yeah. So the route, I don't know how I feel about the route. So we knew going out we were taking 50. I was just 50 west. That's all. That's all I need. 50 west, right? So I was following. So going out, it was good. I think like any other motorcyclist, I love twisties, but after a while, like we going through West Virginia, I was like, okay, enough already. To me, twisties like pancakes. They're all exciting at first, but at the end, you just sick of them. You know what I mean? So the route out for me anyway, I thought it was first of all, it was easy. All we had to do was just 550 and follow it. Yep. It was interesting too, to know that like you could go all the way across the country, on 50. Yeah. And so that was cool. Going back, we were still kind of figuring it out, right? So the heat wave didn't throw us a curve as much as getting back home as it did just the disappointment of things we wanted to see.
Exactly. Because
we knew we were going to meander a little bit, but that heat was like rough, Joe. It was. Mother Nature is always trying to kill you, So that I didn't have like a strategy for. I wasn't even expecting triple digits everywhere.
We were. Because we had the route, we would take 50 West out. We said we're going to go down the Pacific Highway hit on Route 40, get on the Route 66, and take that, see the Grand Canyon and the Four Corners, and
we just gonna wander.
This other stuff and just wander home.
Yeah.
But there, once it started being like, we would see like, it's 103 degrees.
Right.
It's 104 degrees.
115.
Like, man.
No.
Yeah, we might need to call an audible on that.
Yes.
Well, see, I would say that we took an approach I would call adaptive.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
You just got to go with it.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? And then people were asking me, were there some planned things you wanted to see? I said, of course there is. But I said, the beautiful thing about this is that there are no rules. Mm-hmm. So if something jumps up and we want to see it, we'll deal with it. Mm-hmm. And so I thought that was pretty cool. Adaptive.
Yeah.
Just go with it. Go with the flow. Let the trip come to you. And I was disappointed about not being able. I've never been to the Grand Canyon, so I got to go back. Yep. You know, you talked about Zion, and one of my friends on Facebook says you got to go to Zion. So that was canceled out.
That might be a car trip, though.
Yeah.
So if it's 106 degrees, it's not a risk of you dying out there on the way to Zion.
If they're gonna do this every summer, we're gonna drive out there, baby. Yeah. Look, I mean, and I was like, wow, because we were looking everywhere. Everywhere was like triple digits. I couldn't believe it. I was like, my goodness, this ain't worth no selfie, you know?
Yeah.
So and even as the cold, I was the coldest. Not going over the Rockies in Colorado. I was the coldest in San Francisco.
Yes.
San Francisco. I was the coldest.
Like, ain't we? No, I was like, ain't we in California? Ain't this California? I mean, because it was cold.
Foggy. It was gray.
And cold.
It was just cold.
Yeah, I couldn't get my hand around. Everywhere else was in triple digits. San Francisco was 62 or something, 58 or whatever it was. Yeah, that was the weather sweep. The temperature sweep was like dramatic because that one day we were riding and it was pretty good weather, and all of a sudden somebody turned the heat on. Yeah. Like all of a sudden, I was like, we had like remember the other day we had like 10 miles to go, and it was like an inferno. The whole, I was like, okay, no, we're not. So yeah, I mean, we couldn't have accounted for that, but we managed it well. Yeah, I think and we made some sacrifices.
I think everybody had the mindset of
I'm getting home.
I gotta get home. You know what I'm saying? I just gotta get home.
Yeah,
it's just now.
So I enjoyed all the little towns we went through, and that's one of the great things about not being on the interstate. So the juxtaposition between on the way out and on the way back. We're all interstate on the way home, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
But going out, I enjoyed going through all the little small towns.
Yes. And it gave you a little break from like riding hard to once you started getting to the city, it'd be like, speed limit 65.
Right.
Then speed limit 55. Then 45. So when you're going through the little town, you're doing 25, miles an hour, so you can
break it
kind
down.
of relax. You get the stoplights, so you can kind of stand up on your bike a little bit. You know what I'm saying? Get a little stretch and just ride around and see the little shops and whatnot they have. So that was cool going through the towns.
Yeah, we had the same experience when we rode down to Key West. Small town America is much different from we live in the, I'll say, metropolis, which is Washington D.C. Small town America, when you see that, it gives you it reminds you might, for me, like, the world is much bigger than the DC area, right?
Yeah.
And for me, my perspective, it was like the farther you get away from DC, I won't put words in people's mouth, but I was like, these folks just living. They're not,
it's a slower pace.
They're not, they ain't caught up in all this that we sometimes get twisted about. You know what I mean? They just. You pass folks, they sitting on the porch, you wave at them, they wave at you.
It's like they may have a job at the auto shop whatever, but they'll go and work. Be at the auto shop, they'll put their hours in, they go home. They're not, I was thinking like, no, I bet so we went through some of them towns, nobody has died from a heart attack. Nobody had stress, you know what I'm saying, and just killed over. They just do their time, they go home, sit on the porch, get something cool to drink or whatever, and just wait for the next day.
Yeah. It was interesting. I really liked just, you know, you with 20 guys, you with 3 guys, 2 other guys for 20 days, and you know, that's when you kind of find out, you know. But we got along well. We ain't had no issues, and believe me, that's not something to sneeze about, because you could have, you know, anything. Mm-hmm. So I really enjoyed, like, because we had our pre-meetings and we agreed how we were going to, like, flow every day. Mm-hmm. And we stuck to that, right? So lunchtime we decided where we're going to end the ride that day. You know, looking to see what hotels were available. You know, that worked perfectly. I mean, we had one little snafu on hotel, and that wasn't our fault. That was their fault, you know. So we basically made reservations on the fly. Basically, you got 3 of us, 3 people, so you ain't really got, like, you don't need a block of rooms.
Yes. Some days we would get to the hotel. I had an idea of what hotel we wanted.
Yeah.
We'd get there, we'd walk in just to get into the air, get out of the heat, get in the air, and the first thing they'd be like, "Oh, can we help you? Are you ready to check out?" And I'd be like, "Well, give us a minute." Because we sit down in the chairs, and we go ahead and book the room. And then I'll get confirmation. They'll be like, "Okay, yeah, now you can help us. Check the system. We're checking in for."
That worked. That worked. I wasn't sure how well it was gonna work, but that worked.
It worked.
That was wonderful. And then we weren't constrained. Like, we have to. We gotta go 60 more miles. Because that's where
we're limited to. Because one time we did. We got there. We were like, we were still feeling good. I think it was only maybe like 11 o'clock, 11:30. Mm-hmm. And we were like,
yeah,
we could do another, 75 miles or whatever. And we just knocked it out and went over to the next day. I think that's when we went to Pueblo.
Yeah.
We were like, let's just
that was like a 400-mile day.
Yeah.
So we had at least 2 of those. So, but we had talked about that again. We said, hey, if we get to where we're going and we're feeling good, we want to bump it out.
And it's not 185 degrees.
It was not walking on the sun.
Go ahead and just knock out a few more miles.
Yeah, that was. I think that worked really well. So that was wonderful. Yeah. Now I had a couple of scary moments or whatever. The one was my fault. The car almost took me out.
That was.
In Utah, that was my fault. That was all my fault. Yeah. So what happened was, there are people walking on the side of the road. I wasn't expecting.
No, you tell them.
I thought it was an animal. I thought it was like a steer or a moose or something.
He said it looked like a moose because on the side of the road.
Because we were in the middle of nowhere, right? We're in the middle of nowhere, so it couldn't be people, right? It had to be some animal. So I was like, I don't know what that is. But we in the middle of nowhere, and all it has to do is take a couple steps in my lane, and it's over. So I was trying to put as much distance between me and this wild animal as possible. So now I get over the left lane, because we've been riding for a minute, ain't seen no traffic. And, probably speed limit was 80, so cars doing 90. And there was a car coming. I didn't account for it. And thank the Lord, he moved over. He got on the shoulder. Because that would have been a really bad day. I can't imagine that would have ended well.
But that wasn't the scariest moment. I was thinking about this too. I was going to say the rain.
Kansas, Newton, Kansas, going into Kansas when the highway disappeared.
I was going to say that was the scariest moment.
It was.
I think, at least for me, I think the scariest moment when we were coming back, and I don't know if you're going to edit this out, so your people could see it, was when we were in that traffic leaving Indianapolis.
Yeah.
And that truck came over.
Yes.
And probably came to within at least about 2 inches, if not less, than clipping your left side of your
that was
motorcycle.
Scary.
Yeah. That was when, because I was like, we just thought sitting in this traffic, it was boring. It's hot. It was hot too.
It was hot.
It was heating up. Sitting in that traffic, and when I saw that truck coming over and almost clip your bike on that left side, it was like there was nothing we could have done about that.
Right.
That could have just that really
destroyed the
whole thing. Yeah.
I saw him in my rearview mirror the last minute. I couldn't understand what he was doing.
Right.
So of course I was trying to get over, and then he came over even more. It looked like I was like, "What is this?" I did. I was scared. Probably that was so quick. I didn't have time to be
process it.
Right? Yeah. So the scariest time for me was that mountain road and the crickets and in the worst possible place. The Mormon crickets are there. I thought maybe we wasn't gonna see them. I thought maybe we had missed them. I thought maybe they did their thing in May or April and we're gone. Yeah. Then we get this big highway sign. Motorists and motorcycles. Mormon crickets. I was like,
the roads are slippery, and it's slippery from the
blood and guts.
I wasn't gonna say that, but it was the blood and guts of all of these crickets or on the road.
As bad as that would have been.
There's nothing you can do about it.
Right. As bad as that would have been, on a straight road, you could deal with that a little better. We was on a mountain road with no guardrail coming into, I think, Fallon.
Yeah.
Yeah, the first
and I was like, no. Thing about it was, excuse me, y'all. Thing about it, I had all this built up anxiety about it anyway. And then when the ladies at the hotel, one of them said, oh no, and the other one said, no, I was just up there. It's nothing there. So I was like, well, I don't know which to believe. Nevada DOT website said at mile marker Yada, you don't see crickets till 15 miles down the road. But when we left Eureka, the number system wasn't working. I couldn't decipher. So I was like, I don't know what this is. Because I was looking for it's like, okay, I need to figure out where this is. Mm-hmm. So I think because 50 is not an interstate, I think their mile marker system is different. Yeah, maybe a county line or something. So after about an hour, I was like, okay, maybe the website was wrong, whatever. And then we come around that corner, we see that big electric sign.
Yeah.
I was like, I really wanted to cry. I was like, no, and so I was like, okay, we can do this. Everybody else does it. And then we got on that curvy mountain road, and it was everywhere.
And you saw since you already said blood and guts.
Yes.
In the road, you could see clearly red lines going down where car tires were. And it would be red lines just full of the blood and guts.
Yeah.
And you look, so you try to, of course you don't want to ride in that, so you adjust to ride in the middle where tires of a car wouldn't hit, because hopefully that's going to be the least lit.
Right.
But then you still had live ones.
Yeah, moving.
Yeah,
across the road.
Just jumping around. So that
I was like, Lord, I thought we missed this. I thought we, and so, you coming down there, you can pick up a BB with you behind, you're trying to get down there. And, so we made it through that, thankfully. The only other, what was just as scary to me in a different way was the doggone roads in California, which are horrible.
Horrible.
Don't they have good weather most of the year? Horrible. And I was like, okay, what is this? What is this? This line, this fracture? Y'all can replant corn? I mean, it's long, just running down the road, right? You almost will want an asphalt snake instead of that thing. And your front tire can't fit in it, but you ain't sure.
But that's the thing, too, is which people don't realize. I mean, when you're on a motorcycle, it's different because you do get those cracks. And it cracks, and also when they're repaving, and it's a lower, and then it's a lump up to where they already repaved this. Mm-hmm. I mean, going down it might not be so bad.
Right.
But trying to go up it, that could take you out.
Right.
If your wheel gets even a little bit sideways or kind of rigged and one of those
because you actually need to kind of come up on it. You need a little angle.
Those cracks can take out a motorcycle wheel.
Yeah.
The car, don't even think about it.
Yeah.
But a motorcycle, you got to be cautious of that. And so I saw this one thing where, you got to keep moving. You know what I'm saying? People probably be looking at motorcyclists like, are they drinking or are they drunk? But no, I'm avoiding this crack. And
you said, the best of the worst.
The best of the worst. The best of the worst. And you just trying to find the best route on the best spot on that lane that's going to let you ride.
If you we're passing tips on to somebody watching who might be thinking about doing this ride, what would you?
I would just tell everybody, prepare for everything. As far as your clothes, hot, cold.
Got all of that.
Comfort. Some comfortable shoes when you're off the bike. You need all of that.
Mm-hmm.
And don't overpack. It's hard to kind of figure out. But depending on, you just want to have the right amount of stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And you'll be good.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was a good thing too, because that was my thing. Is once we got to the hotel, 9 times out of 10, unless we didn't eat and we knew once we got to the hotel we were going to turn right back around and go out and get something to eat. I got to that hotel room, all that crap off. Well, Nate would have his boots off before we checked into the hotel. We'd be out there.
Some slides, baby.
Once the kickstand was down, Nate was out of those boots and his slides.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, but I would get up to that room, take them boots off, just get comfortable. And if we were going back out, it was like hopefully we were walking somewhere. Because I did. I packed a pair of shorts.
Yeah.
Some of my slides too. And just be like, I just gotta be comfortable for a little bit after riding. But yeah, we would get there, kickstands down, engines off, and I look down and Nate be in his slides already, boots off.
They right on top. I'm getting out of that. Do a little homework on where you're going and know what your comfort level as far as heat and cold is, whatever. Like I didn't bring my leather motorcycle jacket, but I had a couple of layers, so I was good in that regard. Right. So I just put I had a turtleneck, I had a windbreaker. If push came to shove, I could have put my rain jacket on too as another layer. Right. But just know what your comfort is and pack accordingly. And I like to tease. Don't pack nothing. You can get a Dollar General because you're gonna pass a million of them.
Every small town.
Yes, they got a Dollar General, a Family Dollar.
We can literally testify to this. Yes. Every small town across America has a Dollar General.
Yes, or a dollar or a Family Dollar. If you can get that Dollar General, don't pack it. Trust me, you're gonna pass a million of them, right?
And they got their fair share of Walmarts.
Yeah. In a bigger town, they're gonna have a Walmart. That's how you know what kind of town you in. It's a bigger town, they have a Walmart. If it's not a small town, they have a Dollar General, Family Dollar, whatever. Yeah. So if you can get it there, you might not want to slip it along. You can probably get that, all that goodness.
Because we were different. Like they would be in riding gear, and I told Tony one morning, he was like, all right, what time I'm gonna follow you, what you wear. I'm like, don't follow me, because me personally, I'd rather be a little bit cold starting out than to be a little hot
later on.
About an hour and a half into it. So I'll deal with the cold. I'll just put on, I have my one shirt on, I'll put on a sweatshirt and then my vest. Yeah. And it'll still be a little chilly, but I prefer that.
Yeah.
Okay.
I prefer
toasty works for me.
Yes.
I go back and forth.
In the morning, that toasty is all right.
I go back and forth. I can deal with the cold if I have to, but if I have a choice, I'm gonna be warm. If I have a choice, for benefit of those who might be watching, maybe have never done a long ride or a ride over multiple days, whatever. If you get into a rhythm and you just do that every day, it's even to the how you strap on your bags, whatever. Just do it the same way every day, and it'll become like muscle memory. And because you'll have a lot of anxiety starting out, everything down, yada yada.
Is everything strapped down?
Yeah, right.
The bike vibrates. You're like, I want something to fall. It's like,
right.
But after a couple of days,
okay, it worked yesterday. Yep. I was doing it the same way every day. Check it throughout the day or whatever.
And I remember one hotel we were in. I'm trying to think of where we were, but it was the only one that had the garage, and it was dark in the garage.
Oh yeah.
And you were like, "Do you need light or whatever?" And I was thinking, now I can pretty much strap my bags down with my eyes closed.
Yeah.
I mean, because it's the same thing.
Yeah.
I do exactly the same thing, the same way.
That was Sacramento, I think we were in.
I think so.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
and just strap it down the same way when we get to a hotel.
Yep, unstrap
I already know which ones I'm going to do exactly the same order.
Mm-hmm. Music, right? So, like, I was asking you guys, like, did y'all have a playlist? Or, I mean, I quickly realized I didn't have enough playlists. Because I was like, I thought I was good, but after a while, I was like, did I already hear this song already? You know,
times.
Now, I will admit, I listened to Proud Mary, Tina Turner.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, wow.
I listened to that 100 times. I listened to it 100 times. I was gonna repeat because okay, so you know I just
roll.
because you know I just retired, right? And so I was all over like, left a good job in the city. Yeah, I was hitting repeat on that. I listened to that one day at least 50 times.
I think about that. I think the song probably that I kept hitting repeat on, and don't hate me for it, but it was Bon Jovi's song. Yeah, it was the Dead or Alive.
Oh, okay, won it. Yeah, you're a cowboy.
Cowboy.
Hey.
On a steel horse I ride.
Yes.
And
No,
and so that song is kind of corny. I know.
I'm an audiophile. I like all music.
Don't judge me, people.
And I like that song actually.
But even when I'm here locally and I'm riding and I'll play that song, it's just something for like, you know, on a steel horse I ride and I want it dead or alive. That song just kind of gets me in my riding mood.
I got you. No, I like all kinds of music. If I'd have thought about that one, I would have searched for that in Spotify.
Yeah, I have about 600 songs on my flash drive, so I just put it on scramble.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So
At least you don't know what's coming next.
Right.
That was one of the things too for my playlist. Is like, okay, like you, I got to get some fresh music in.
Yeah.
I got
but for all of our subscribers, thank you guys.
Thank you.
Yeah. Thank you for your well wishes, your prayers and support, because I was seeing in the comments, you know, you guys were saying, you know, ride safe, be safe. A lot of people, you know, when I got home, like more than 100 people said, we're glad y'all home safe and all that. So from the bottom of our hearts, we appreciate that, because when you're out there on that road, you out there on that road.
Yeah.
And so we appreciate, you know, everything, you know, directed at us to bring us back safely. And so now that the channel is there, I mean, like, we won't be doing cross country rides, but I'll post rides from time to time just to keep the content going. If you see value in it, you wanna you know, take it in, that's great. But I didn't expect that we would get that many subscribers when we you know decided to go on this journey.
I'm still working on trying to talk Nate into starting a GoFundMe page to pay for our next country trip.
And now we get some sponsors. You know, we can talk. You know, we can talk. We can get some sponsors. Yeah, we can have a conversation about it now. You know, we got sponsors, really? We got support, really? What, they made all the reservations, really? We got a chase car with a camera. We can talk. But yeah, it's for me, guys, been great. So I had this, like all of us, this kind of aspiration for some time. And you don't know how it's gonna go. Now that it's gone, I'm trying to. I don't know that I would have wanted it any other way. Right? It could have gone a lot of other ways, but yeah. I mean,
this ride was, now that it's over, I don't have to worry about jinxing it.
Right.
This ride was perfect from day one. Kickstands up until we put our kickstands down at home. 19 days later, I wouldn't have changed anything. I mean, I wouldn't have changed anything. I mean, we were blessed.
Yes, we were.
I mean, just from the weather. I mean, God just watched over us from beginning to end.
Yes, sir.
And we all made it home safely. We had a great time. We saw a lot of stuff. Some great stuff. We may not have taken pictures of it, but we got it in our minds that we saw it. And it was just a great ride. Great ride.
Yep. All right, well, we'll wrap it up. Thanks, guys. Just wanted to do a little informal kind of a chat for the benefit of our subscribers and those who've been following us all this time. So until we do something else. All right, everybody.
See you guys.
Yep.
Peace.